Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? We Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome back. And you've seen by the title, this is a review of the Tactile Turn Bexar. This is, I'm not going to do a long video, but I'm going to do a quite detailed on how I feel about it because it's a £200 knife. I don't want to just leave much out. This is my carry with it. I have a small flashlight, I have a pen, and I have the knife in a sheath. Doesn't need to be in a sheath. But if I'm going out and I want the pen, I'd rather take it in a sheath because the knife itself, we'll just put those to the side. And here's the knife. I think everybody's seen it who's a knife person on YouTube. There was a big run at it when it first came out. I think it is absolutely super. Some bits are a little bit raised, but it's really got a lovely 6 pull sort of on it, which is, yeah, it's got about a 6 pull. Listen to that retention, fantastic. So this is not bothering it. This is a very skinny knife, a very skinny, and this was their first attempt at a slip joint. And slip joints are just not easy to make, let me tell you. And for a first attempt, no, for any attempt, this is good. Let's get honest. I love it. You've got a beautiful blade, a clip blade, which one of my favourite blade shapes. You have a completely neutral handle, but that doesn't say that it's unattractive. Look at this milling on this. Tactile Turn are known for their pens, for the expert milling they do. This costs money to have a machine that does this in such an amazing fashion. It is stunning. The milling is lovely. It gives you a nice, it's not over grippy, but it's just grippy and it's comfortable in the hand. It takes a full 4 fingers, which is great. You have a blade, which is just under 3 inches. Perfect for my EDC. I'll just show you that so that you... There we go. It's just under 3 inches in full. So it's perfectly legal in, I would say, most places in the world. It's a fantastic. It's got, I told you, that 6 pull. Listen to that. There you go. It's lovely. Is it up to Jackwell standards? No, but it's not trying to be up to Jackwell standards. This is their iteration of a modern slip joint. And everybody's is different. This is different. This is all titanium. This is not pretending to be a traditional knife. This is being a modern knife, full stop. So we'll rule it as that. It comes with this lovely lanyard, which is handy. I do like it to pull in and out of the slip. Small, discreet. It's not big 550. It's thin. I love it. And you know I'm not really a lanyard person, but that's staying. Nail nick. It's like a fat nail nick, but there's 2 of them. Can you see that? There's 2 side by side. So precision milled, there's literally like a feather between the 2 of them. If you need to use that, but you don't. To be honest, when it's closed, you just put your finger across it. And the fat of your finger goes in here and makes it such a really comfortable opening. And that, again, that beautiful lockup. Incredibly thin. Yes, it's incredibly thin. Here is an A-Lox, the Swiss Army knife, single bladed. Look at that. Now this is thin and this is light and this is a thin blade and slicey blade, but look at the difference, even the thickness in that. So if you've got one of these, you'll know exactly what this is like. And for anybody who's down, look at the other end of the market, there's a Rough Rider. Again, this is under £10, but it's the only thing I could get comparable to this in thinness. So what size is this knife? There we go. Let's just show you the size. This knife is 6 3/4 with a cutting edge of about 2 7/8, somewhere around that. So fantastic. It's an easy carry, but this handle is a beautiful 4-finger carry. Now, here's what I think they have managed to do, and I don't know how they have. I've had skinny knives before, and to be honest with you, I didn't like them. They were too skinny on the hands. The Higo Nakami, there's the German one with the leopard on it. Not comfortable to carry in hand. This baby is one of the most comfortable EDC knives I have, bar none. It is so perfectly rounded over. Even on the inside here, you can't get the hinge of a catch. You know the way a lot of times you'll get slimmer knives, or even just non-slim knives. There's that bit in there that there's nothing. Right the whole way around here, there's nothing. It sits so comfortably, and I get a great grip, which is surprising for, the widest part. Let's say up here would be the widest part is what, 3/4 of an inch. And yet in hand, I don't feel this is going to slip out of my hand because you're always going to hold it like this. So it presses this in. This is just perfect, absolutely perfect. So if you're going to do any more pressure cuts, this is absolutely fine. You're not going to feel any, but this is just an EDC knife. And I think I really want to get that across. Now, so thin behind the edge. It's under, what I measure, it's under 2 millimeters. It's under 2 millimeters thin across the edge here. Now, it's a flat grind, but a sabre flat grind, I should say. It only comes up to here. So a sabre flat grind, but it's not been taken down to a microscopic. It's not been taken down to a Jack Wolf standard. I mean, this is somewhere around 20 degrees. Each side on that. This is 20 degrees. Sorry, not each. 20 degrees across the bottom here. And it could go lower, and I'm going to take it a bit lower just to see where I can take it to. I haven't done it yet because I've been using this for a few weeks now. And honestly, I've done all sorts of things. Is it still as razor sharp as when I got it? No, it's not. But, it's still sharp enough. It really is still sharp enough. Let me get behind here. Now, when it came, it was sharper. That edge has sort of gone off it. I've stropped it a couple of times during the 2 weeks, but it's by no means getting blunt. The steel on this, which is the real, and the bit that I suppose, if I'm going to be rightly honest, it's Maximate. I wanted a Maximate knife. I wanted a good Maximate knife, but I didn't want to go to the 300 mark. I just didn't want to. I didn't feel I needed to. So at 200, I was happy to fork out. Spyderco ones do ones that are under 200 as well, I think. But I just wanted to have it. Not for any reason. Not that I'm a metal nut, and I'm not. But I still like to have the newest and greatest. And so far, it's been absolutely fine. Have I put it to long tests? No. Why do I want to do that? This is an expensive knife. I'll do it when it's ready. Once this goes blunt, I'll take it down. I'll probably take it down to 15 degrees per side. Because I think that'll be good enough for this knife. I really do. So I'll do that when it happens. But it's so thin. I use this for anything. For in the kitchen, anything, slicing potatoes, making chips. You could use it for anything like that. I won't a whole lot of the times, because I've got other knives that do that, to be honest with you. But you could cut food with it. It's stainless, a really high stainless. Just an all-round good knife. And even on a bit of wood, I did a bit of wood. And because they didn't take it to that ultra-slim edge, it just goes lovely in a piece of wood. If you want to do feather sticking, you can actually do it with this. It's not the knife I would choose, but what I'm saying, at a pinch, the only knife you have on you is this. You'll not be stuck at doing anything at all. Now, the only thing I'm never going to suggest you do is give it a wee pry or a twist. That's not what this knife is for. This is an EDC knife. So, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love most everything about it. The couple of wee small details, like the backspring, could be more level at all positions, but again, this doesn't matter. The other thing that this came with is off-centered. I have tried everything to recenter it again. Now, bearing in mind this is ultra thin, look where it's sitting in. And it sits down there, it hasn't moved, it's not touching the side, there is no marks whatsoever. It's well away from the side, although it doesn't look it, but this is a really thin package. Now, apparently there's been quite a few that have been off-centered. I haven't heard anybody really objecting too much, because I haven't. I mean, again, it is a slip joint, so I have that slip joint mentality that they don't have to be centered, as long as it's not ruining the knife or leaving marks that are unsightly, especially on a single blade knife. That would be unacceptable to me. This is perfect. And when you're pulling it away. You're putting your finger in here, which is pushing it from the side. Never going to touch it. Never going to touch it. And you can slam it down, and it's still room at the side of it. You can see there. Let me just show you it this way. It's off. But I'm hoping in time they'll be able to get that sorted out. It'll be somewhere up in here. They'll need to adjust to make it. I haven't taken it apart. I don't take slip joints apart unless they're not working, or they need less like sand in it. I don't do that. That's not me. But let me show you what size it is, because size is great when I do it in a ruler. But here it is with a GEC, and this is the GEC number 78 pattern, and it's almost the same size. The blade is a bit longer in the Bear, But this is well, you know that this is one of my favorite EDC knives, and this can do everything. I'm damn sure this can. So that's the size that it is. Here it is for those that haven't got any GECs. This is a case sawbuster. Again, it's got such a great cutting edge on this compared to just a sawbuster, which we all know and love as a great knife. Great knife. So this has more length in that cutting edge of the blade than anything that I've got in that size, to be honest with you. It's just super. It looks right. You know, the blade to the handle looks right. If this was skinny and this was short at all, it would not look right. Even if it was the same size as that GEC blade, it wouldn't look right for this long, slim handle, because you want this handle because it is a 4-finger grip. And that makes a big difference in an EDC knife when you feel secure to do any cutting task. This is a cutting and slicing knife. This is not a woodwork knife at all. But honestly, I put it to a bit of wood, cut it fine, because you got that lovely geometry, ultra thin blade. I think I will take it a little bit sharper. Although, to be honest, in real life, I don't need it any sharper than this. I genuinely don't need it. I might just take it down to 15 to see what it's like. If I don't like it, I'll take it back again. But at the minute, absolutely fine. When will it go blunt? I have no idea, because Maximate is supposed to be really good. Is this good enough to work? Now, I didn't even strop this today. I have stropped it during the few weeks that I've got it, but that was probably over a week ago when I stropped it last. So it's still sharp. It's still really sharp. Don't get me wrong. After a couple of weeks, it hasn't gone blunt. It's still really, really sharp, which I genuinely have fallen for this. It's got a couple of faults that will put people off at £200, and I accept that. I understand. But for me, being a traditional guy, I'm getting very American, a traditional guy. I'm a dude. This is fantastic. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would really recommend this. If you want something, as long as you know what you're getting, I think this is super. If you want a lightweight carry in a suit or whatever you've got, slim trousers, tracksuit, it goes in by itself, and this can go in the other pocket. You've got all you need in a tracksuit. But a posh carry at a wedding, stick it in that slip. You have a pen there for your autograph signing if you're a YouTuber, and and a flashlight if you need it. Everything you want in 3.8 ounces. Is that not good? That is absolutely good. It really is. 2 3/4 inch cutting edge. Not many knives this slim are going to have that. I just adore it. I think I've showed it with everything. Over here, I'll tell you what. Here's another. This is my other little favourite small knife, lightweight knife. This is what I choose over the bug out, and this is the Benchmade 535. Is that 535? God, I'm really bad. Yeah, I think it is. But this one's in S30V. An absolutely perfect steel. Nice small blade. There it is with a Benchmade 945. What am I doing? 945. It is a little bit longer in the cutting edge than the 945, but they're very similar. And if you want a version that's middle of the range, I would highly recommend this. Is it as thin behind the edge? No, not really, but there's not a whole lot of difference in them. They all cut. I don't get hung up on this complete thinness. As long as the knife's sharp, it will cut. But this is, yes, it's going to be a little bit fatter, but not much. That's a great comparison. I love that. And for those of you who are determined to spend your money on something that's way overpriced, there is the cutting edge is a little bit bigger on this one, and this is a bigger package, and it's exactly the same weight. This is 1.8, this is 1.8. So you got a thinner package. You have a shorter package for pocket carry. You have a blade length blade cutting edge. Let me bring them back to level, which is, there's nothing in that. That's exactly the same length, cutting wise. So in all categories, for me, with Maxima on the steel rather than S30V, love S30V, I'm not going against that. But if you're going bang for your buck, why not put an extra £41 in the UK and get this rather than this? To me, that makes sense. And I'm not attacking bug outs. Well, I am and I'm not. I just think their prices now, In the States, about £175 for a bug out with a bit of plastic and S30V. S30V I can accept, it's a fantastic, but $175. I think this is 156 or something over here. £156, £159. You know, 45, £50 more, and you're going to get this. That blows us out of the water. This, I believe, is about 170 over here. And this is just a choice if you want something fidgety and you want something more modern with a pocket clip. I love this as an option. It's more expensive than the bug out, but I believe it's worth it for what you're getting for the blade, the use of this blade, this 940 blade shape, which is just such a proven track record for everything. This is a bit thinner that everybody called for. This is a bit thinner. So, fantastic option, the 945. There you go, folks. I think I've covered most things in that. Any questions, please ask me down below. But or if you've got a picture of a carry of that quality that's any lighter than 3.9, let me know, because that is just, to me, that's what makes this knife perfect. There you go, Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea. I hope you enjoyed this. Please, any questions, ask me down. I'm happy to give you the answers, and I'll see you in the next wee video. RJ's Knives tonight, I'm on their podcast. Pop over and see us. It starts at 07:30 UK time. No, sorry, 6:30 PM. 18:30 PM UK time. Pop over and see us. I made a right mess of that, didn't I? But I'm not doing it again. You know I won't. Right, take care. Bye-bye now. Bye.